What is going on, everybody? This is Rawstarr, and of course, in front of me is CW, and you're listening to the Burbank Misfits, the Misfit Effect. And we have the distinct pleasure, honor to have an amazing woman here to join us. She is the legendary, well, future legendary, Bobbi Dylan.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Hey, I just got to keep it real for the audience so they can, check you out and say, oh, well, this woman is really
appreciate the drive fantastic. That I have for this, the passion, the love.
Hey, it's so much love coming from this way. Yeah. I was like, we have to have her on. Yeah. And I know y'all just reintroduced yourselves, but y'all did meet a few weeks ago too.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Bobbi, for the people who don't know who you are, so they can get to know who you are, so they can identify who you are as a person, tell the world who you are.
So I'm Bobbi Dylan. I'm kind of marketed as the kinky girl next door. I have a very innocent look that people are like, you look like my friend's sister. You look like that girl I dated. You look like my high school crush. And then I do some crazy ass shit, and I love it. So that's my favorite. Is like I look all cute and innocent. I look like somebody you may know or somebody's sister. And then it's like, oh my God, what she is doing on the dick. Like she's just spitting on it and just the slobber and the spit bubbles. And everybody I've ever met is like, you look like my friend's sister. I'm like, well, if you watch my porn, then you can get off to your friend's sister. And it's all good. I love it though. I love it. That's why it's always like the kinky girl next door, because I look like you may know me from somewhere, but then they're like, oh shit, I never seen nothing like that. And I'm like, she didn't come from my hometown.
Wow.
My high school hometown raised me to be like this. Like my high school like breaks us into hoes and sluts.
Oh.
And like the fuckery and threesomes and like orgies.
Oh,
Okay. Where are you from?
I know, we're starting. So, yeah, exactly. So I went to high school in Jersey, but I grew up in Brooklyn. I went back and forth. So yeah, all over across the cities of the East Coast. But yeah, Jersey's crazy.
Oh, wow.
That's how we're starting off.
I'm from Jersey. I'm like, oh.
No, they get down with it. No, they get down with it. Even if they
Jersey.
Act like they're a normal PTA mom.
Because I know. I was... last week I was telling, it was me and CW was talking, and like I know that we had we're talking about your look, and we're like, she kind of reminds you of like was somebody who went to our high school, but she was kind of like like the one you can look at and then you hear her talking. It's like, is she hood? Is she? Like it's like we have this street. It's called Lewis Street in Indiana, and like you'll get a mixture of the shy innocent girls. Then you have that straight out of the ghetto type girl, and it's like yeah.
I'm a nice match.
I live off of Lewis Street. I resent that statement.
hey, truth hurts.
I've traveled all over. I guess. That's the fun of traveling all over. Like I've done almost the whole country, all 50 states, and just seeing how other people get down and like if they have kinkiness in their area.
You fit all 50?
Almost.
How far? Like this always interests me. How far are you away?
Like 6.
Okay.
Wow.
So I've hit 38.
Nice.
So that's 12 more to go.
No, it's awesome. Because they're all so different. When you hit the Bible Belt, that shit hits different. The Bible Belt, I'm just like...
See, I think like with me, it's like I haven't just hit the ends. So I haven't hit like the Washington, Oregon, Montana area. And I haven't hit the Maine, Heartland. that area.
Yeah,
but I've hit
crazy.
Everywhere else in between. I've been to Alaska and Hawaii. So
nice. Yeah.
So I got that much more to go.
No, I want to travel like the whole country because like Jersey, they have adult theater, which is like you could jerk off in the theater. You're all watching the same porn. They have the video booths. They have glory holes.
That's like,
they have,
you know what's crazy?
There's only
70s.
like 5 left in America. There's only like 5 left in the whole country. Chicago has one too. I didn't know.
Wow.
So I fuck with Chicago heavy.
Did we talk about this with Jada Kai or it was somebody we talked about it earlier. They
that I remember.
We had someone who still talked about adult theaters.
Yeah.
I can't think of who. I think
It's like the video booths and everything. They're great.
It was Alex. Alex.
Oh.
Because they had one in her home state.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's not many left. It is dying out. I'm trying to hit them all like dinosaurs, like before they shut them down.
I mean, like, what's interesting is like they have some in some states, but it's not legal to to jerk it in there.
Nope.
And I'm like,
Temptation.
if you're going to
Entrapment.
if you're going to a movie theater
Gotcha, bitch.
that just shows porn videos, you're going there to.
Well, you can like keep it in your pants. I think you just have to like rub it through the pants.
That's too much. Like, depending on how tight your pants are, that's too much friction.
Well, I guess if you're going, you should prepare.
Or sweatpants.
You should be like,
like a lot of people wear sweatpants to the strip club. I didn't know that was a creepy thing. Like I was stripping, they're like, "Yo, he got sweatpants. He a creep." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like he's just comfy?" They're like, "No, he trying to get his whole dick on your pussy lips, like through the lap dance."
Yeah. Oh,
see, you guys didn't even see. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Dude, it'd be just like you. Can really
the
get
whole
that
dick print.
sensation.
The whole dick print.
Oh man, and it might get a little old.
I thought he was just comfy.
I did not.
I didn't know. That's what.
Sweatpants
So everybody.
in the-
So,
Sweatpants
what's
in the
the
strip
Sweatpants
what's
in the
that,
strip
like,
club.
The more you know.
Right.
the more you know. Reading Rainbow.
No, 'cause I mean,
That was amazing. Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, it was. That was an amazing show.
I did that. I did Hooked on Phonics. It took me a while to read, but once I started reading, I couldn't stop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Reading is fundamental.
I think the only thing like I went to that was system was this thing in Indiana. I forget the name of it.
Oh man, are you about to just reveal some other kind of?
Because I've been through Indiana and I didn't get a vibe.
I have a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
No, it was this summer thing, and it was just for math.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
thought you were talking about some other stuff.
My kinks? Those?
The whole
Okay.
life.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
Indiana's a weird place.
Yeah, no, I've driven through, but I was trying to get to Kentucky for the chicken. So I was like, yeah, Indiana. I'm trying to get to the real KFC.
That's really how people.
That's kind of how
feel
Indiana
about
gets.
Indiana,
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. Okay, I'm.
But it's quick, like, so I don't hate it. I have no, like, Kansas I hate because it's 8 hours east to west. Like, Indiana
really
east to west
drive-
is tough. But Indiana north to south, real nice.
no. It's,
Well, because it's quick.
it's 3 hours.
Yeah, but that ain't shit
but
compared
it
to
really,
Kansas.
No,
does
man,
feel
Indiana.
like both. Like
Like,
it feels like
it's a
you can
homely
get across
state.
the state
Yeah.
no matter what point in Indiana within 5 hours.
Yeah. Like, it's like a homely state. Like, you could hit up from the corner to the corner. Like, if you have a friend on the other side
You
of
could do
Indiana.
that in a day.
Yeah. The other side of
Easy.
California, I'm never seeing you. We're never
That's
seeing
true.
each
Yeah.
other.
That's true.
Like, that shit is just...
Yeah, because like I know I've driven
Yeah, back and forth
from
in a
Chicago
day.
to Fort Wayne in like
Ooh.
2.5
Oof.
yeah.
I couldn't do that.
2.5
I'm
hours.
sorry.
And I've drove from. I mean, that's a normal trip. Like
That's what I'm
whenever.
saying. Yeah, there it's normal. So it's like a homely state. You can know everybody in the state, kind of.
That's true.
California, there's so many people. I can't even know everybody in LA. And even in my section of LA, there's so many people. And it's so hard to meet people. I'm like, are you staying? Are you going?
I
Are
don't
you a
even know my
tourist?
neighbors.
I met a guy at one time at the bus stop, and he was like, "Yeah, I've lived in LA my whole life." He's like, "I've never been up to Burbank." He's like, "I got a car and everything, but I don't know how to get up here, so I just took the bus."
Oh,
Wow.
That's so cute. I know so many people like that in Jersey, though, that never even been to New York. I'm like, you live right next to New York. Never been
I ain't got
there.
no reason to come up here.
That's how I feel sometimes. It's like, what
It's
is my
lazy.
what is my motivation for going somewhere?
To explore.
Yeah, expand your mind.
I
So
mean,
we're the explorer on that shit.
no, I mean if I lived in
Yeah.
the state, if I didn't live there, it's like, okay, let me go check this out, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because like when I was driving from Chicago, when I drove here, it's like I checked some things
Yeah.
out on my way here.
Yeah, the pit stops.
But it's like the only thing I explored in LA when I moved here was just my neighborhood. So just in case I get lost,
Just in case.
I know how to get home.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Cause this is like when I moved here. This is I'm gonna tell my age. This is before the GPS was on your phone.
Oh no!
You're still using. I was still using MapQuest.
The straight out printed
I
map.
remember.
When if you made the wrong turn, you're just like, I ain't
got.
got shit. MapQuest didn't tell me about the wrong turn.
I got
Hopefully
I got so
back
nervous driving here because the street just resets the numbers and it's the same highway, and it's like,
Wait, what a fucking line?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, California's crazy.
There's so many lanes.
it's like did you fly here when you moved here or did you drive
No, I
here?
fucking drove. Yeah, I drove from Jersey with my mom.
Do you remember those roads where it just says next gas station?
Yep.
70 miles.
Yep, Utah. It's 100. Utah has a stretch where it's 133 miles. And my fans on Twitter were like, "Bitch," and my mom was like, "Thank you, fans. Like, I ain't really cool with the porn shit, but thank you because we're gonna break down the middle of fucking Utah." And the sign was so small.
I hated Utah so much.
It was so small. It was like 12 font, and you're driving real quick because you can do like 75 out there. And it's like it's the smallest font ever. I'm like, how are you supposed to see that?
And it's like,
Dude, for real.
See, I didn't take the Utah route.
Oh no, because I was avoiding Arizona.
I took the southern route.
Arizona?
I was going to Arizona and just touched the tip of Texas.
So because I drove from Chicago, so I went through
North,
Illinois, Iowa,
yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Then I came down, and I'm like, Utah made me go to sleep because I wasn't gonna go to sleep. Like no, I stopped because of Utah because
Utah's beautiful.
that first I drove by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
So I drove from Chicago to like probably 30 minutes from Denver.
Yep.
And then I stopped and went to sleep. And then that next day, that Utah drive was like...
It's crazy.
I drove from like southern Indiana.
From Bloom?
Yep. And then,
That's why you hit that south route, yep. Yeah. See, I was avoiding Arizona because I already know they don't fuck with weed like that. So I was like, nope. I'll literally add like 3 hours onto my trip to avoid Arizona. I had been there and I was like, okay, bye. Thanks, Arizona. Like, I don't really, they have such harsh rates on like just harsh penalties.
It might lessen up now because certain congressmen
I'm not trying to be the mite,
aren't
though.
alive there anymore. So
Yeah.
well, I mean, you can get medical marijuana there now.
yeah, but like
Yeah, but as a tourist who's just coming
That's
through real
true.
quick, they ain't giving you shit. They're giving you a whole ticket, a whole court case, like no bond.
That's very true.
Like, they're going to act like it's the biggest drug bust because I'm driving through there. I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to sleep.
yeah, because my cousin lives there and he engages in a lot of marijuana.
Yeah, the medical thing, I love when it's out there.
My cousin, the one that I don't associate with.
Oh,
The hoodlum. That's me. I'm the black sheep.
No, he just said some stuff to me that was just like.
Not all family good.
It's like I'll tell like when this is over, I'll tell you what he said to me because it was extra.
Oh yeah.
And so you say you're the best.
All right.
I'm the black sheep. I'm a black sheep of life.
See, in a way,
shit.
I'm like of my people who are actually blood related.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not like some of them.
Yeah. Well, I don't look like anybody, so I thought I was adopted my whole life. So that gave me a lot of issues. Yeah. So I'm like, Mom, what the milkman look like? Like when we go through customs, my whole family gets stopped and they let me go through. I'm like, whoa. And that's when I figured out kind of like what shit was happening in the world. And I was like, I'm like 12 years old. Like I can't go through customs alone. Like that's my whole family. You just stopped. Everybody. Like.
So what does your family look like?
Dark.
Oh.
Like dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, and I came out blonde hair, blue eyed, and they're like, the fuck? And I was like, nah, I think you guys kidnapped me. Like,
who child this is?
no, legit, yeah. And like, yeah.
Who child this is?
And then eventually my blonde hair got a little darker, so they're like, okay. But it was like, the fuck?
Or is she just dyeing it now?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Is she dyeing her hair
To look like I'm in the family.
To fit in?
Get some brown eye contacts or some like hazel contacts.
Are you trying to fit in, little Isaiah?
One thing is because I came from like Orthodox Judaism, and then I come to Temple. Nobody really looks like me in Temple. They're like, hold up. The way the history works, people that look like, they're like, no, it's okay. I'm one of you guys. And like even when I go back to like the Orthodox community, they don't believe that I'm one of them. And then I'll start speaking Hebrew and Yiddish, and they're like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker!" Like, and I'm like, "Nah."
I can't speak that language at all. I've seen it.
I speak a bunch. Yeah.
And I hear people say it, and it just like it seems like one of those harder languages to learn.
Well, it's raised, either you're raised with it or you're not. It's like it's a very hard language to learn. You know, like now I suck at it because I haven't used it in so long. But like I grew up with my father, you know, not only speaking that, but that was his main language. All of our businesses were done in Hebrew and Yiddish.
Okay.
That was like the real motherfucker language. Like that's like adults talking, like super business people talking was always Yiddish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was always like in the community. You never went outside of Orthodox. Everything was kept in the family pretty much. But it was a very interesting. And then they're like, how the fuck did you end up in porn from Orthodox Judaism? I'm like, well, we kinky people.
He was like, it's like you don't know my life.
Nah, the Orthodox are crazy. Nah, the Orthodox are kinky.
The thing is, I hate when people just don't want to realize that, you know, people like to have sex.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Well, especially in a religious
I
group.
feel like if you feel
the
more
religious is brought into it.
But the thing is, though, like
sometimes on the sex side,
the thing is, like,
you know, it fucks you up when the religion. Our religion literally tells us you are only having sex to have Jewish babies and bring us back to the pre-Holocaust numbers. I'm like, damn, that's a lot at 6 years old. That's a lot.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
The thing is like,
don't enjoy it now.
Nope. This is just to have Jewish babies to win back that number because Adolf had some shit. Like, literally, and they're like, no. Like, you can't mix. You're having Jewish baby. I'm like, well, like, what if I fall in love with somebody and they're not Jewish? They're like, well, that sucks. You trying to have these numbers up. Like,
the thing is, from what I realize is that a lot of people who come from religious, really religious background, end up in porn.
Yeah, because we kinky as shit. Because they suppress it. And a lot of people that are religious and still in it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My grandfather on my mom's side was Mormon. Yeah, Latter-day Saint.
You mean a lot of, like a lot of former Mormons.
Yeah. Well, because Mormons also, it's very similar that we are just supposed to have sex to please our husband and have babies that believe in their religion, bring the numbers up, get the religion to take over. Like, that's why my grandfather was on that shit, because he loved the multiple wives thing and multiple families. He's like, oh, Latter-day Saints fuck with that? Now they don't fuck with that anymore. But they used to back in the 70s. Yeah, that was their shit.
I've heard something recently more so about that, but I forget exactly the word for word, so I'm not going to say it. But
plural marriage? Plural marriage? Or
polygamy?
Polygamy, yeah.
No, I mean polygamy. I mean, like, it was something about why they were allowed to do that and why they're not allowed to do it now.
Yeah, supposedly there weren't enough men in the religion or something.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. And it was just get the numbers up. Get the numbers up. It's always
you gotta make
when the
those,
religion is So it's always those people are very kinky because they're just suppressed. They're like, like I'm supposed to have babies, so they have like this breeder fetish that they're not even aware of. And then it's like, okay, so you got this breeder fetish built in from religious guilt. And like it's true though. A lot of people's kinks come from that shit.
I know, it was just hilarious you said it.
I love some creep pies. I'm like, goddamn. I blame Hebrew school. I'm like, y'all trying to give me some Jewish babies. Oh, I'm gonna give you some Jewish babies. Rabbi. So it's like, you're welcome. But again, it's like that shit always comes back, and it's therapeutic to work through it. People are like, how'd you end up? I'm like, no, very easy. The connection is made. Do you not? I'm like, because I can correlate it. Other people don't want to correlate. Like, I don't want to think about my rabbi influencing my sex life. I'm like, but I'm just saying he did.
That's exactly what happened.
So for the listeners, tell them how long you've actually been in the industry.
So I've been in LA performing for 2 years now. I've been in the industry, I guess, like 3 years. I don't know. I did a trip to Florida. Like, it's so hard to time how long I've been in it because I've been in the lifestyle like my whole life.
Yeah, that's what a few people say because some don't. Some consider when they do cam, they consider it in it, but it's not that in it.
That's why I was like, I've been in LA for 2 years now, and I've only been living here like 6 months. LA is crazy.
It's extremely crazy out here.
Because I come from the East Coast. I'm like, whoa, the ocean's west. She still trips me out.
I don't really. This is a personal thing. I really hate going to the ocean.
What? I love the ocean.
I don't hate it.
It's like
It's cold as fuck here,
Yeah.
but I mean,
like
the ocean
it's
out
like
east
it's
is
water.
dope.
I think the thing is like when I first moved here, I wanted to see it. It's like okay,
Yeah.
I've seen you.
It took me like 2 years to see the ocean. It took me a long time to see that because I was working so much.
I think the first time I saw it was like 6 months after I had been here, and someone was visiting, and they were like, "Let's go to Santa Monica Beach," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was happening to me. We're going to go to Santa Monica Pier. Oh, okay.
See, my first one was Malibu. And I was like, oh my God, it's like Malibu's Most Wanted. It was exactly like that, though. It was exactly
I've never
like
been
that.
to Malibu.
What do you mean?
I've only been to Huntington,
Oh, you got to go because it's
and
exactly
I've been
like
here
that
10
movie.
years. Well, 8 years.
Shit.
I left for 2 years.
Go.
So
Put
8
your
years.
feet in the sand, man.
I've been on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pictures of me like sitting
In
on
the
the
sand.
beach.
There's proof. There's photographic evidence.
I mean, like, and there's pictures of me on the Florida side too,
Nice.
and on the Africa side. So
Nice. All the oceans.
no, it's just
I haven't done international travel. That shit scares me. Because they always told my family they're going to kidnap me because I got blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh, no.
So they're like, oh, no.
it really depends on where you go.
So we went to the Dominican, and they're like, don't let her near anywhere because Haiti will take her ass. I'm like, God damn it.
Damn.
It was a struggle, though, because like you want to go and explore the world, and they're literally telling you at customs, like, they're going to steal your child. I'm like, well, damn. Okay, baby, I'm going to rethink this vacation.
I can't say, well, shit. I mean, the truth of the matter is, trafficking does happen all the time,
It does.
but just as many people that is trafficked, there's that many more that aren't. I guess you just have to be safe.
That's the thing. Yeah, customs put the fear of God in my family because they're like, yeah, they don't want you. Like, you're brown. You know, but they're like, this little fucking blonde hair, blue eyed white one. Oh, they gonna want her. I'm like, I was like Macaulay Culkin face. And fucking, yeah, that scared me from going a lot of places. Oh my God, he's trying to give symbols for what's on his face.
it was something that was on his face that was bothering me.
I know, you're trying to give the symbols and it's not working. You're
Because I'm looking directly at the thing is like the way we're I think you got
gonna
it.
wash his whole face
The
now.
thing, no, the way we're sitting right now is like I'm right in front
It was
of
reflecting off the light and just
so like
blinding you.
like I'm looking dead at him, and so like just seeing something hanging off his face,
Struggle.
it was just like okay, let me
Jeez.
tell him because I have to look at it. And then I'm signaling the side of my face that it's on, and he's going off.
talking about this? Why are we describing it?
Rawstarr's issues.
Anyway.
with fuzz on the face.
Something on your face. I have to tell him.
Yeah, I mean it was bothering
He's
me.
trying to signal you, so let me just get
No,
him
but-
to say it. Whatever. It's,
They didn't like. I know when I went out the country, they didn't tell us nothing about that, about the trafficking stuff. They did try to warn us that.
Nobody wants your black ass.
that's literally what they told my parents. They're like, nobody wants
Hey.
you. They want her.
Hey, I was back in the day. I was a little sexy.
Yeah, tell that
Little.
to. Oh no, I can't even. I was about to say something, but I can't. I was about to make a Michael Jackson comment.
I mean, you can.
I know, but I can't. His memory.
I mean, I like the thing is, I love Michael Jackson. I love
Yeah,
his
we all
music.
knew what was up.
But you know,
Neverland was weird.
There's no.
That's the thing. Now that
Proof?
he's dead, we can't talk shit.
There's no
'cause we all knew
proof
while he
of
was
what he
alive.
did.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of speculation about what he did.
Neverland. That's a lot. The whole zoo and like carousel and like
I
sleepovers.
mean, like,
it's a lot.
but truth be told, if you was a child, would you want to visit that?
Oh fuck yeah. Hell yeah! I'd be
Oh,
there all day, every day.
Probably.
As an adult, I would want to visit.
But that's why it's also on your parents. If I was a kid, I'd also be drinking soda and candy all day. So my parents would be like, "Bitch, you're gonna ride out those motherfucking teeth. I'm gonna have to pay for it." Like the parents were like, "Oh, we could get a settlement out of this motherfucker." Like, yeah, go sleep in his bed. Yeah, we're gonna get this money,
That's
Junior.
kind of. I mean,
That's why I feel like
it's kind of like
I feel like people knew.
people like I know people personally be like, nah, I don't let cousins and girl cousins sleep in the same
Nope.
room.
Yep.
Nope. So
Yep.
it's very
That's what I'm
weird
saying
that
for parents to
it's
just be like, yeah, it's
hey,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, they
You
knew.
know,
They knew they were gonna
you can
get
hang
cut
out
a
with my
check.
son
They
alone.
knew they were gonna get cut a
Like,
check at
be-
the end of the day.
You're not. I mean,
It has to be
Yeah.
three of us.
he's a little too
three
little
of,
to have like
three
a
of,
career.
three of
so
us in
yeah,
a
like, being
bed.
like a straight up mentor.
Yeah.
Three of us in the
Just hang
same
out.
bed. Boy and girl, cousin just chilling, just knocked out.
I mean, that's cool for some families, but some families be like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't trust y'all together.
I mean, you shouldn't be licking your cousin anyway.
That's right. You shouldn't.
But some people do, yeah. And they'll call
That's
like
why they be like, let me make sure these kids in the separate rooms so we don't have to worry about that.
Like with R. Kelly's like, well, it's happened to him, so he passed the curse on. No, you don't pass it on.
No.
It happens to you. You go to therapy, you deal with that shit, and you be like, oh, that's terrible. I would never do that to somebody else.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? Let me keep doing that till the day I motherfucking die. Like, oh, okay. I got it. Like, R. Kelly's different. Michael Jackson, like, that's so bad. Like, that his childhood was so, that poor fucking kid. R.I.P. MJ.
I actually met his dad before he died, so that was interesting.
Joe Jackson.
You met Joe Jackson?
Joe motherfucking Jackson.
At the event I did at
Damn.
in Universal Studios.
That energy.
It's gotta be so
that
weird,
energy,
so
yeah, that
surreal,
energy
like,
around him.
What will actually? This time I do want to hear you talk.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That
what
energy.
Was meeting Joe Jackson like?
First of all, I just want to hear.
Smoking Joe.
Anyway, we were at I did this event with a lot of celebrities. The one I did with Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. So, like, he was coming out of the building to because we had a celebrity poker tournament.
All right.
So he was walking to that side. And I was like, I saw him and all his bodyguards.
Oh, yeah, he
like,
gotta have the bodyguards.
He's got hella bodyguards?
He had
I imagine people be like, I want to knock Joe Jackson out.
Of course.
He fucked Michael Jackson up.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
the whole Jackson 5.
Yeah.
And it was like he had 4 or 5 with him. Mm-hmm. It was just like, just hello, how you doing?
But if he just like walked around like a regular dude, nobody would be like, hey, that's Joe Jackson. They be like, honestly, black man is kind of sharp.
Honestly,
his eyebrows are weird.
I would not.
And then they might be, they walk away and they be like, oh fuck, that was Joe Jackson.
I would not recognize him if it wasn't for
the bodyguards
and the president.
Yeah,
so maybe he does that on purpose. Like, I'm Joe Jackson.
No, because he knows what people are gonna come say. They're not gonna be like. I mean, some people are gonna be like, I love your work. Thanks for making Jackson 5. But it's like,
I mean,
because there's no other like big like celebrity dads that have 5 bodyguards, and all their kids are like super old and grown. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because somebody probably, I'm sure some people done thrown some stuff or tried to throw some punches at Joe Jackson.
Yeah, probably. But I could say this, like, when I did the event with Wesley, he was like...
Wesley...
Snipes.
Oh, you just be naming people first names.
Just first name only.
Hey, Wesley.
First name basis.
Hey.
Well, what's up, Wes?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I was with Cuba. Yeah, Wesley. Yeah, Wes.
Call him Wes.
I can just call him WS now.
Because you know, I said that because you know I just did that event with him. Yeah. Anyway, he had no bodyguards.
What the fuck happened? Well,
why did you not pay your motherfucking taxes?
Wesley Snipes needs bodyguards
for the IRS.
He just needed a decent accountant. That's
where he went wrong. That's where he went wrong. He hired the bodyguard.
I don't care what you say. That's still Blade you talking about. Blade don't need no bodyguard.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying it's still Blade.
Yeah.
He needs accountants. Not a single bodyguard.
Snipes ain't worried about anybody coming after him. I mean, the only thing that's gonna happen, people are gonna be like, what the fuck happened with Blade Trinity? That's it. Yeah. That's it.
He didn't want to do it.
No, I mean, he wanted to do it. They didn't treat him like Blade. I mean, like they were supposed to, in my opinion. Yeah. They're trying to push the spinoff.
Yeah.
But I have to say one thing for Blade Trinity. It was great for Ryan Reynolds' career and great for, what's her name? Oh, Jessica Biel's. Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of. Because it was like, oh, you hot now, you all fit. Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds, people were like, damn. He's funny, but he's also got some muscles. I think we're going to put him in a few more movies.
Well, that shows that Triple H couldn't act either, though.
Oh, who cares? That movie sucked. There's 2 Blade movies, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, pretty
third
accurate,
one coming.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even seen the 3rd because I don't acknowledge it.
My dad used to love him, and he one day he called me up and he said, "You see that Blade Trinity?"
That jacket.
He said that shit ain't nothing.
Blade 3 is like one of the it falls into the category of why'd you make a third one?
Yep.
Because you destroyed the other two.
It was a good one. I mean, they thought they had all.
No, because I mean, like you think about Blade 3.
All the elements right.
Yeah.
Because the guy who directed it helped write the first two. So it's like, boom, okay, might as well have him as a director. As I finally seen some of his other movies, I think his name is David Goyer. He makes kind of shitty movies as a director. He's a great writer. No. But also, have you heard the thing about his experience? Well, Patton Oswalt talks about the experience on Blade Trinity. He said most of the time, Wesley Snipes would pass Post-it notes to the director with signed Blade and wouldn't talk to him, and he would just smoke weed in his trailer all day. So you would walk by, and he was like, half the movie, that's why it looks weird, because he's doing it on purpose. He's being, like, horrible on purpose. And there's a lot of scenes where, like, Blade's back is turned, because they just use a stunt double. It's horrible.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
Then he got locked up.
I'm saying, it just
it's weird.
It just falls into the category
you owe some money to IRS, people don't touch you. You touch some kids, you get a standing ovation at the Oscars.
Yeah.
What? It's the truth. It's the truth. You marry your stepdaughter, everybody loves
I know
you.
that motherfucker. That shit's been weird for 20 years.
Yeah. You molest a little kid on your first movie, one of your first movies as a director, guess what you get to make? Powder and all the Jeepers Creepers movies.
Oh, God, Powder. Yeah, I used to get that all the time as a kid in the hood. Be like, you look like Powder. I got that all the time. Even hearing it hurts.
Hey, what's up, Powder? Like,
because
I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I'm just light.
And like everybody was having the light skin versus dark skin. And I'm like, I'm just real light skin. They're like, but you Powder. I'm like, leave me alone. The pain.
I've never seen Powder, so this is...
You never seen
What?
Powder? I mean...
then you don't understand my pain. You don't understand my internal wounds.
It's just one of those movies that just slipped through the crevices.
No, how does it slip through?
Slip through the crevices.
It does not slip through.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, there was a bunch of movies back then that I didn't watch till later. Like, I feel like, what came out around that time? That John Travolta movie, Michael, I think came out around that time.
Emma's Angel?
Yeah. And then that one movie with Nicolas Cage where he has the whole other life. Man, the 90s. Or was that the early 2000s? I can't remember.
So, I mean, I didn't hear about like you like that movie about the girl on the train, like
girl on the.
Let me finish.
That's the title.
Something of the 263 or something like that.
What?
I don't know. It's one of the movies that you enjoyed a lot, like some girl of the 263 or 362 or something like that.
Oh my God! Are you talking about another girl on the IRT? About the teen pregnancy drama?
Ooh.
That is so old. That's from like literally 91.
I've never heard of it. I didn't hear about it until 2011 or 12.
Oh, yeah. I was real high that day. And I was like, another girl on the IRT is on Netflix. And then I just went on a rant about it, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Because, like, this girl gets pregnant. She's like, I'm dealing with my boyfriend. And Trey doesn't know how to treat me right. Yeah. And they're like, I don't know about being a dad. And they're like, but this girl just threw her baby in the dumpster. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like, they have the baby. And they're like, she's going to throw the baby away. And then it's like, Trey, take the baby and throw it in the dumpster. No. And then he's like, I'm going to throw it in the dumpster. And then they find him. And he's like, I couldn't do it.
Nice.
And then it's like,
there you go, Trey.
She's like, yeah, I thought, I was different, but it turns out I'm just another girl on the IRT.
So you have all this build up. You have all this build up, and you watch, and I fell asleep. So
it's something like I guess the IRT is like some kind of rapid transit. It's like an L train or something in some place.
But to cycle back to where
how do we get on another girl on the IRT?
Let me finish. To cycle back to what we were talking about.
That's a real depressing movie now that I say it out loud.
Anyway, like the only thing they warned us about when I went over to like customs and stuff is to make sure you kept your passport safe. Yeah. Because an
American passport is worth a lot.
They will take your stuff and then you'll just be there. Like as an American.
I didn't get any hassle on the way there.
You didn't get any warning?
Oh,
No.
no. On the way back,
I got strip
whole-
searched.
Make sure you don't have any like uncooked fruit.
Yep.
In your bag.
Yep, the fruit, the
Yeah, because I was
pork.
coming from Zanzibar.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Dairy.
the thing is like when I came back from Africa, I got strip searched in Minnesota.
Damn.
what?
Strip searched.
Strip search?
Yeah.
They're like,
Which country
go
were you flying
deep.
back from, though?
Uh-huh.
Which country were you flying back?
We went. Was it Paris? We were from Paris to.
Okay.
Because we came from Ghana to Paris, then back to Minnesota.
Yeah, see, Ghana, I feel like they have a red flag on. I feel like when they see Ghana, I feel like they hate on that shit.
I could see that.
No, I feel like Ghana, they have a lot of
But
hate.
the thing is, like, I think because like me and my friend Easton,
And then from Ghana to Paris, and then to Minnesota.
yeah, me and my friend Easton, we both had like bought this.
Oh yeah.
We both had brought these spears.
Oh,
And
no,
like it
you
was like
didn't.
it,
They tried to bring them
they
through.
were wood. No, like
Yeah.
it was no problem.
Okay.
They just went to look at them and examine them. And it's like I had these spears and we like me and him for some reason just put on some regalia. Like
Did they bust up in your booty?
Yeah. So
I just want to know. Did they make you spread your cheeks or something? I just want to know how strip search goes at a airport. Did they violate you?
They just touched. They just touched.
They just touched like
Graze.
with their hands with gloves on.
With their gloves. Yeah.
Would they touch what? Like your butt?
Like they touched the butt end to make sure nothing was just.
Did they make you spread your cheeks?
No.
No.
They make
Well, they make sure nothing was in my mouth. And the,
In your mouth,
that's
though.
gotta fucking suck.
and the funny thing, and like the thing is, I ended up missing my plane.
That's crazy.
And you're missing the
I missed my
layover,
plane layover.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Back in Indianapolis. The thing is like someone let me take their spot on the very
Nice.
next one.
Oh, that's
It was only
nice.
30 minutes. It was 30
Yeah.
minutes after.
I guess since you got violated.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Customs is a lot. Customs
And the thing
is
is like, if they would have looked in my bag, they probably would have had more suspicion because they didn't look in my bag.
Well, you had some African vitamins.
I had some witch doctor tea,
Oh, you had some albino bones.
and I had some albino.
Why you talking about my people like that? Why you talking about my albino people like that?
Oh no, but like really, I went to Zanzibar.
No, I know it's
and,
actual.
yeah,
No,
like,
I know.
yeah,
No, I know. That's why I'm afraid to go
yeah.
out there, bro. They're gonna think I'm like, no, I got pigment. It's not a lot, but it's there. Bro, I'm so scared. I saw that shit. I'm like, note to self. Convince them I'm not albino.
It's pretty bad when I went.
I
There
had
was
some
a whole
albino
news
friends growing
report
up.
about
Yeah.
it.
Like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get a whole tan before I go there.
Pretty.
I mean, if you get a tan, that just make it worse.
They're gonna
Like,
they're gonna
no.
think that I have contacts in or some shit and just still try to get me. Like, no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I saw the documentary. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I would visit. Don't let that stop you. Don't let those.
I mean, like you can always
things stop you.
like,
Those things rarely happen. If they do, hey.
YOLO.
I mean, it's long. Like the thing is, I say never.
Now
travel
you know.
alone. So
That's my struggle.
You said what?
Never
don't
travel
travel
alone.
alone.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's my struggle.
Yeah, I wouldn't travel alone.
Solo dolo looking like this.
No.
But at
No.
least-
I
at
mean,
least-
I would
never
say
never travel into a third world.
It's always good to travel with someone that looks like they belong
Anywhere.
there.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true.
struggle.
I would have to say.
and that's why I've traveled the United States. I did Dominican. Dominican was amazing. And Mom went to Costa Rica.
I
That
want to
was
go to the
dope.
Dominican Republic
Dominican's so good.
just because, like, this is my negative side coming out.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen females from that country,
You know, the beautiful country.
and I just want to go there
Yeah.
and just be like, I don't even gotta mess
Around
with anyone. I just want to go there and be around
Yeah.
all the lusciousness of.
You ain't got to mess with none of them.
No,
around them.
You just got to be around them.
for a moment.
Well,
yeah.
actually, wait. That's totally your MO. What am I talking about? That's you. I just want to be around them. I don't have to mess with them. I just like being around pretty women. That's true.
Nah, Dominican's awesome for that.
That's me.
Dominican's a good spot. That's like Miami.
he knows my MO. Like, yeah. It works. You don't leave me
I guess it
alone.
works. Yeah. Nah. I mean, I'm in a committed relationship right now. If my girlfriend listens to this podcast, so
she's a very awesome lady.
But I mean, why would you not?
You guys like
go
monogamous?
to a place.
Are you guys fully monogamous?
Yes.
That's crazy.
She's not that crazy.
Like
Far
to
as
me,
I know.
like
Far
no.
as I know.
But I'm just saying, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like for me,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
know my levels so much. Like I'm emotionally monogamous as fuck. Sexually, nah.
I feel like a lot of people are moving towards more of that.
That's why monogamy is almost like dying
emotional
out.
monogamy.
Yeah. I'm emotional.
Like I want you to care about me, but
Yeah, we could fuck other people, but you tell somebody you love them, that's where you're getting the tires slashed. It's where it's happening.
yeah, I've known people that have let go of like infidelity when it's been like, oh, it was just like I got caught up in a moment. As
just
opposed to
hot as
somebody
shit.
being like, I'm in love with someone else, and they've been like, oh, get the fuck out of here. If you
Record
love someone else,
scratch.
you need to leave.
Yeah.
You obviously don't love me. I ain't got room for two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tried polyamory. I tried a triad relationship. My parents are swingers, so that swinging is just definitely my comfort zone. But yeah, emotionally monogamy all day. But
the thing is, this is what was weird to me. It's like 95% of the people I've been with, I gotta have some sort of connection. Like, even if it's like a minuscule that, this is this, whatever, I can be down with it. But if I just see you, it's like it takes a little bit more for me to,
Depends on for me. You can be. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. In the past, when I was single, you just had to really, honestly be
when you have your
attractive
moments,
enough.
Everyone has their hoe stages.
Yeah, you'd be like,
you get through a bad breakup, you hoe.
Good enough.
Yeah,
like maybe you kind of busted, but your body.
Now,
right.
half the time I do it for the story.
Or sometimes the story.
Most
You're
of the
like,
time I'm doing it for the story.
Here's what
I just fucked the lunch lady in my own school. Like she wasn't hot. It wasn't that great, but the story is amazing and will live on forever.
Yeah, you got more better stories than me.
I got some solid stories. I always do it for the story. Like people are saying, do it for the gram. Nah, do it for the story. I got great stories.
I think it was a story that I told you. You and our former roommate came in and did a podcast with us, and I told him randomly about it. And on the podcast, he brought it up about how I told someone like, I had like. After I had the neck surgery, I hadn't had sex in a while. Yeah. And she was like, "Aw," and then she just gave me a blowjob. It was like,
I didn't know that shit.
I've been there.
Yeah. I was like, for real?
Nah, yeah.
Shit, my neck hurts.
Yeah. No, I had a friend who got his jaw wired shut. We fucked.
Wow.
And I like sucked his dick. I was like, what you need? Literally, that was the homie, like, and he like, we never fucked before, like, we went to school and everything, we never fucked. I'm like, yo, that's like 8 weeks, like, through the wire Kanye, 8 weeks, like, I was like, what you need? You got your whole jaw wired shut. You can get some pussy.
I guess I've never had any major. I gotta work with mine.
Or like
injuries.
I have a lot of disabled fans, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, like I can't do certain positions, but you could rob me like a motherfucker." And I'm like, "Hey, like
that's one thing that sucks now is that I can't do some of the stuff I love to do.
Yeah,
anymore.
Really? Yeah,
no, I can't.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Like I can't do the crane no more.
The crane.
Yeah,
both of our reaction was the same. Like, whoa!
It's when like we're both standing up and the girl.
See, both standing's a lot. Oh, okay, that one. That's too much.
That's a lot of
That's
upper
too
body
much.
strain.
That's a
like
porn move.
like,
that's a porn move. That's not a real life.
Hey,
I'm about to break this shit.
That's the beginning. Like I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm about to get into.
No,
the
thing is, like I started doing. I started doing that in
just so
ninth
you
grade,
know I could get there, maybe.
That's like a porn position, though. I was never breaking out that position. Maybe I broke it out like once or twice before porn.
The thing is, the girl who I was with at the time, like I always call her the one who revolutionized who Rawstarr is. I've been using the name since ninth grade.
Nice.
The girl who made it to whatever. I used to be a very.
Wait, you were going raw in ninth grade?
Huh?
Were you going raw in ninth grade? Is that why they call you Rawstarr? You got you to love.
Rawstarr came from.
Yeah, he's been going raw.
Rawstarr came from. I was a very quiet person.
Yeah.
And then I snapped on somebody really hard.
Yep.
And someone gets her calling me Raw. And then this girl, Castaria, said Rawstarr and the name just stuck.
Yeah.
And like I made it into an acronym, so it's a whole meaning behind it. It sounds so positive, but it's positive.
Okay, it's positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then someone made this is a movie called Bush Mama, and in the movie,
the Prince of Dahomey.
And I kept joking about it. I kept saying, I'm the Prince of Dahomey, like as a joke in college. And then, this
Rawstarr.
two people kept saying Prince, and they said Rawstarr, but it was like, okay, whatever. I didn't carry it on. Then someone passed away, and they are calling me Prince in my real name. Yeah. And it was like, okay, I mean, I'm going to make this into something. So Prince Rawstarr is what I've been using since 2003.
Nice.
2004. And before that, I've been going by Rawstarr since 96.
Yeah.
97, rather. So.
Yeah, I had Bobbi Dylan for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, it's always interesting when you have, like, that branding. Because, like, I was always like this. I was always in the lifestyle. I was on FetLife and all that since I turned 18. Like, the day I turned 18, I was on there. And, like, there's literally pictures of me throughout my whole sexuality and videos of me discovering my whole sexuality since I was 18. And I was like, if you know me, you know what my username was on there before Bobbi Dylan. And they're like, I remember what your username was. I'm like, wow. See? The real motherfuckers.
I'm gonna say this, is that if y'all out there can find my FetLife on there, good luck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have a FetLife thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I have to, like, there's some stuff on there that I put on there that I did that I probably can't physically do anymore.
I really don't want to look now.
Yeah, well, that's what FetLife's about. It's showing off. It's showing off to your kinky friends.
I'm just not trying to happen upon.
Dude, you'll find me. There's me in my first apartment out there. There's me, like, the first time I ever tried anal plugs. Like, all my firsts are on there. Like, it's literally like going back through like a fucking scrapbook of my sexuality. 'Cause I was always crazy with that. There was never a time where I was like, oh, I'm scared. Like, nah, let's get this.
Okay, but we actually finished the time limit that we have right now.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, so please tell the world out there where they can find you, where they can look you up.
Yeah.
Legally, pay for everything you look at her. Pay for your porn. Go ahead, though.
You guys can find me on Instagram, the Bobbi Dylan, with an I, not a Y. You can find me on Twitter as Bobbi Dylan XXX, or my backup's the Bobbi Dylan. You can find thebobbidylan.com is my OnlyFans, all the clip sites, amateur porn, clips for sale, ManyVids. You can just look for me and you'll find me there. If you're going to watch my Pornhub, go check out my Pornhub verified page, Bobbi Dylan.
Yeah, and pay for the premium so she gets credit for it.
Money.
If you want to follow us, we are the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Twitter, Burbank Misfits on Facebook. Follow CW directly, Jess_genetics_Chris, or his business CC Fitness on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow me, Rawstarr, on Instagram and on Twitter. Huh?
You look like you were guessing. You're like, follow me,
CC Fitness,
CCFitnessLA.com. On Black Planet.
I was Rawstarr on Black Planet.
On Zillow.
But okay, tune in next week and
MySpace.
See you then.